All right, everybody, it's Turnbuckle here once again with South Charlotte Chevrolet, here to bring you one of our top-of-the-line crossover SUVs, the 2020 Chevy Traverse. Now, the Chevy Traverse was redesigned in 2018 to give it a more squared-up body style, and part of that redesign was also to give it a more aggressive, sportier-looking grille, you can see right here. So we're going to walk around the vehicle and show you some of the other design changes that they've made over the last 2 years, and we're also going to touch on some of the advantages of the Traverse over the Tahoe. Let's go have a look-see. All right, everybody, so here we have a standard 18-inch wheel on the Chevy Traverse. Right here you have your GM wheel lock that comes standard with most of the vehicles that we have now. Just keeps your vehicle safe from theft. And then right here, every single vehicle at South Charlotte Chevrolet that's new or pre-owned comes equipped with nitrogen-inflated tires. That helps reduce wear and tear in the tire. It's going to help this tire last a whole lot longer. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the back of the vehicle, and I'll show you some of the storage space. All right, everybody, so right here is the storage capacity of the Chevy Traverse. Now, if you look right here, this is the third row. This is a third row vehicle, and then you have from here to here storage capacity. Now, I know it doesn't look like a whole lot of room, but if you compare this to the Chevy Tahoe, the Tahoe has about this much space. So this is actually roomier than the Tahoe. And another advantage it has, if you look right here, you have a bucket here that goes down about a foot for storage capacity, whereas the Tahoe only goes down maybe a couple of inches. And then underneath this is your spare tire. So you would just take these little plastic lug nuts out, the entire container comes out, your spare tire is in there. You don't have to go underneath the vehicle to get the tire. All right, so I'm sitting in the third row of the Traverse, and the first thing I want to point out to you is the fact that this third row actually has more legroom in it than you would find in the Chevy Tahoe. And the reason for that is that in the Traverse, the seat is here and the floor is here, whereas in the Traverse, the floor is kind of here, so your knees are practically in your chest. Now, the reason that you can have more legroom here and more storage back here than the Tahoe is because the Tahoe uses that V8. So all the room in the vehicle is taken up under the hood, whereas in the Traverse, it comes with a standard 3.6 liter V6. So you need less room under the hood, and some of that space can get shifted back into the cabin. So I've got lots of legroom back here, and again, I'm about 5'6", so I'm about average height, and I'm very, very comfortable back here. And then, of course, like with most third row SUVs, you do have the option of folding the third row down flat to give yourself more storage capacity if you don't need something in the third row. And of course, it's a 60-40 split, so you have versatility in how you store and where people can sit. And then the third row of this vehicle, there are USB ports here and here, so that everybody can keep their vehicles plugged, or not vehicles, but their devices plugged in. All right, now right here we have the all-weather floor liners, which is complete floor coverage, interlocking right here in the middle so that they don't slide around. So this will protect your floor from dirty, wet feet. And then if you want the carpeted mats, they will come with the vehicle, and you can just switch them out really easily. All right, so here the center console of the Chevy Traverse. First we have the electronic parking brake. You just press that down and you'll hear the brake cinch in. And then the way to release that, of course, is put your foot on the brake and press the button down, and that will release the brake. And then you have traction control. That's standard in pretty much everything that gets built nowadays. And then your driving modes. You have tour mode, which is for everyday driving, and then you can switch it to snow and ice mode, and that's for driving through some of the nastier weather that you might see. And then, of course, you have the stick. You can put it in low mode and then drive the vehicle essentially in manual using the plus and minus to switch between gears. But if you don't need to do that, if you don't want to do that, just put it in drive it like any other automatic vehicle. All right, so right here you have the infotainment system of the Chevy Traverse, pretty standard across Chevy vehicles. You got your audio for your stereo, you got your phone for when your phone is Bluetoothed, and then when you click into that, you'll be able to see your dial tone, you'll be able to see your recent calls, your contacts list, all that. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, of course. Plug your phone into the vehicle's USB. All your apps right there on the screen in either an Apple or an Android menu, depending on what kind of phone you have. And then you do have the physical buttons for climate control here, and this vehicle does have dual climate control, but if you'd rather do it digitally, you can. All you have to do is press this, turn it on, and then you can control it right here if that's your preference. So we're going to turn that off because it's a little bit noisy. And then if you scroll over this way, of course, you've got rear climate. So from here, you can control the climate of the back seat and lock it if you don't want your kids to be doing that themselves. So, all right, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the steering wheel and the dash, and then that's going to do it for us. All right, so here you got the steering wheel, pretty standard. You've got your cruise control here. You have your voice command here for your Bluetooth functions, and then this right here controls what's on the dashboard. So right now we're looking at fuel range. This vehicle has the full tank, so we have about 384 miles before we need to fill up. But if you go down, you can see the average speed the vehicle's driven, You can see a timer to time your trips, and then you got your digital speedometer, your trip A and trip B mileage, and fuel economy. It'll tell you how many miles you got per gallon on that trip. And then back to fuel range, you go over to vehicle, you've got the oil life. When it gets down to about 20 or 25%, it's about time for an oil change. Air filter, tire pressure on all 4 tires, battery voltage, coolant temperature, pretty much everything you would need to know. If you're wondering around about when you need to go ahead and set a service appointment. And then this right here is actually interesting. You can set this to a speed that you don't want to exceed. So let's say you don't want to go faster than 55, you can set this for 55, and then when you go over 55, the vehicle will beep at you. It's kind of a neat safety feature in case you have kids who are learning how to drive and you want them going the speed limit. All right, now we also have the armrest of the Chevy Traverse. I'm going to open this up because first of all, there's a lot of room in here. You got a tray right here for loose change, your wallet, whatever the case might be, but if you take this tray out, you've got a lot of room in here. This almost goes down to my elbow, so you can put lots of stuff in there. You can put drinks in there and keep them safe, keep them from bopping around if you're not ready to quite open them yet. So there's just lots of storage capacity in this vehicle from the front all the way to the back. It's a great car. All right, everybody, so this has been the 2020 Chevy Traverse here at South Charlotte Chevrolet. Again, my name is Joshua Hugert, aka Turnbuckle, aka 3-Piece. So if you're interested in this vehicle or another vehicle I may have on my lot, please contact me. The number is 336-864-0506. I'll do everything I can to earn your business. You have a good one, and I'll see you soon.